All right, so Jocelyn, now you're going to tell us about text data. We refer to text data as strings when we're talking about code. And one of the things you're going to show us is how to tell Python, no, this quote right here is not code. It's actually a part of the string, like in a contraction, like don't or like doesn't. Then you're going to tell us about concatenating or connecting strings together. Literal strings and variable strings. We can add them, multiply them, do math with words.
Yeah, true.
And then you're going to show us about string lists. Can you explain what indexing and slicing are?
So indexing is just basically select an element from the list at a certain position.
Okay.
So if you're selecting at index 0, which means you're selecting from the very first element of the list.
So the first thing is 0, the second thing is 1, and then 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so that's very important because it's easily missed, so you'll get the wrong element from the
Yes, I'm
list.
sure that mistake is made quite a bit.
Yeah, it is.
And then what is slicing?
So slicing is select a subset from the list.
Okay.
So what it means that, for example, we have A, B, C, D, E as element of the list, and we also want C and D. So we can use slicing to extract the CD from that list and assign to a new variable.
So everything we do in slicing is making kind of a brand new list based off of a previously existing list.
That's true.
And do they have to be right in order, like C and D, or can we do C and E? Like items 2 or items 1 and...
Yeah, we can do that, but we're not talking about this.
Okay, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do the examples that you have then.
Yeah, sure. So just open your Python interpreter, and we're doing everything in interpreter, not in Eclipse, just for better presentation. So we start with let Python identify which thing you type as a string. To represent string in Python, we can use either double quotes or single quotes.
Okay.
So if I type spam eggs in double quotes,
spam eggs,
you'll print as spam eggs. And if we use single quotes, it also identifies as the same thing.
Okay.
So both of them works in Python. So you might ask, how about what happens if we want a double quotes inside a quotes itself? So that will be the moment we use escape sequence. For example, if we want type doesn't, we have used slash single quote T to represent doesn't.
All right, so now we've done our first strings, and we even did a string with a quote in it, but it didn't read the quote as code.
Yeah.
It read the quote as a part of the string.
Yeah, that's true. So if we have something without this, it will print out it's not a valid syntax.
Oh, because we start a quote, we end a quote, and then we start one, but we never end it.
Yes.
And then T is just hanging out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should apply...
Let me use the cursor to show the T. There's the T. Python does not like that.
Yeah.
Or what is this called again? What are we running in?
Python. In Python in general doesn't like that.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, so just apply slash quotation whenever you want to put a quotation mark inside a double quotes or single quotes.
Good to me.
Yep. So because we're using interpreter, so whenever we have a string literal, it can print immediately. But if you're using Eclipse, we have to use a print function.
Yeah, our students usually use Eclipse, so
Yeah.
they would always have to type print. I was going to ask why it just printed it without you typing print, but now you already answered that.
So if you're using Eclipse, remember always you need to wrap the string itself with the print function.
Okay.
Like this. So your print spam eggs. So now we know how to let Python identify the string literals. Now we have to assign the string to a variable. For example, let the variable called s. I'll make it equals to first line slash n second line. So what does slash n mean? It means like you can create you're telling the Python to have a new line between first line and second line. So
slash n.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we print s, it shows that first line and the new line.
Oh, a new
second
line. So it's first line, and then it's like it hit enter, and then it's second line.
Yes.
By the way, is spam eggs, is that some kind of Juan joke, or what does spam eggs mean?
You have to ask Juan.
Okay,
I don't know.
I think it's a Juan joke.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll ask him. Don't worry.
So this is how we assign Python with a new to a new variable. So sometimes we want to connect different string together. So how do we do that? We can use both. We can use plus in the math to represent connecting two string together. Okay. For example, if we use 3 times string literal plus ium, it'll show up as repeating the string 3 times and concatenate this with the another string literal called ium.
So it's 3 times. So it's the end result is um.
Yep.
And then ium.
Yep.
And it's just adding it all together as if there was no space or anything.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's really useful. So now we see how to connect two string literals together. How about if we have a variable and we want to connect to a string literal? So let's create a variable. Let prefix equals to pi. And if we do prefix plus thon with a string literal, it will show us as Python.
Python, I get it.
So this is also a very useful thing, which means obviously you can also connect two string variables together and you'll get a similar result like this.
Okay, so 2 string variables.
Yeah, for example, you have a prefix.
Prefix plus s maybe?
Yes, let's do that.
Because we still have s living from earlier on.
Yes.
It says pi first line, second line.
Yes.
And didn't do the new line. Because we didn't do print, maybe?
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah,
if we use print, it'll print out as the new line.
Gotcha.
So, also, if we want to break up long strings in several lines, we can always use a thing called triple quotes. For example, if we do print triple quotes slash, this line will have 6 words, and I only have 4. And we will end the string using a triple quotes again, triple double quotes again, and it will print out as this one.
So that's kind of like using /n.
Yes.
But you could just keep going and going and going, typing whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This is, I don't think you can use this in Eclipse. You can only use this in the Python interpreters.
Oh, I see. So, question. You've talked about making strings into variables, adding them, multiplying them. We were going to do something with lists. Is that where we're at right now?
Yes.
Or was there more we need to know about strings?
There's one thing we need to know about strings.
Okay, what's that last thing we need to know?
That's all, I think.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, I think that's all. So we can go to the next step to focus on string list.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. So a list is basically a collection of strings. So we use square brackets to represent a list in Python. So we can do like A, B, C, and D. They'll be treated as a list.
Just type it out now. That's 4 different items.
Yeah.
And A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, and D is 3.
Yeah, in terms of index, that's true. So if we do letters 0 at 0, we'll print out as A.
A, okay.
And if we do F3, we'll print out D.
Gotcha.
Yep. So we can also, if we only want B and C from the list, we can do slicing. Which we're trying to extract the first element and the third element. The second element and third element, which is at index 1 and 2.
Right, because 0 is the first element.
Yes. The Python, when you do slicing, it includes this index, but doesn't include the index after the colon. So you have to use 3. So if we use 1, 2, 3, you will slice up the second element and the third element.
Okay, so if we did 1 to 4, it would have items 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
It doesn't include the final one, but it does include the first one.
Yes.
That's tricky.
It is tricky. So if you want to do, let's suppose we have a
so if we want A and B, we type letters, bracket, 0 to 3.
Yes, that's true.
Or no, 0 to 2.
0 to 2.
I forgot about 1.
Yeah, how about we try if we want 0 to 2, we'll print out A and B.
Got it. So that's slicing.
Yeah.
And there was another thing you were going to show us.
We showed indexing already.
Oh, it was just indexing?
Yeah.
Then we did it. Where we just got one thing, right? The letters 3.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that's it for strings.
We have one more thing to talk about.
Oh, one more thing?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
So we can suppose we have a word called Python. You can say this is a string variable. We can also make it as a string list.
Oh.
For example, if we do Python, the word at index 0, you will actually print P, which is similar to what we did with string of list of strings.
That surprises me. So type word 2, and it should show a T now.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the third element.
Yeah. So if we do a slicing from word 0 to 2 plus word 2 to that's 6, we'll print out the word Python.
Because you did up to 2 and then from 2 to 6.
Yeah. This is.
Wow.
But there's a very subtle difference between a list of strings and a treated word as a string.
Okay.
Is that you cannot change the word. For example, in our letters example, if we make the first element of the list letter, which is A, to be a capitalized letter.
Oh,
and
print it out.
And you print letters. Now it
changed.
Yeah, it becomes a capitalized A.
Okay.
But however, if we try to convert the 0 element at word Python, which is a P, to a J, you're not to do that. You're not allowed to do that because string object does not support item assignment.
It's like they're glued together with super glue or something.
Yes, it is.
Super Python glue.
Yeah. So this is all I have about strings.
Thank you so much. Next we'll talk about numbers.
Yeah.